Big Mom's powers. Uh, Now this is a hard topic for me. Spent like 3 days focusing on it. Now, I hope you guys try to understand and hear me out on the points that I make and how I came to this conclusion. Now, first of all, I want to say that we first got a hint of her powers during Fishman Island when Luffy spoke to her, and she told her soldiers, but they like to wait inside her stomach. And we saw that her saliva was acidic, because we're not sure it's acidic, it's acid. So it was acidic-like, meaning when it hit the ground, it started to burn or evaporate or disintegrate fast into a steam. Now, that was the first hint to her powers. Second hint to her powers were when she approached Sanji's ship. When she approached the Thousand Sunny with Sanji on it, the ship was singing, meaning that it had life, and it was stated that it was Big Mom's ship herself. There was no hint that she was on board, but meaning that it was her flagship. Now, when we got to Whole Cake Island, we also got another hint at her power, where she asked her son, Treat or Life. Her son, Muscat, the gelato minister. Big Mom was throwing a tantrum, and he went to help. Now, Big Mom asked, Treat or Life, and apparently, a soul-like, gooey-looking substance flew from his body, and Big Mom grabbed it. And apparently, it turned out to be life, meaning lifespan. Now, I saw a lot of theories or a lot of videos of people saying that it's soul. Now, I definitely don't think you can take a soul out of someone's body. Definitely not in one piece. Let's keep in mind, the soul is the most precious thing one can own. Most precious thing. You can't even replicate a soul. So now I get back into the explanation. She gripped his soul, and it turned out to be 40 years, and he died. Now, we didn't see what she did with the soul. And we also see that anything around her and on Whole Cake Island and anything that she's with or has any type of dealings with has life. Now, maybe that's where she puts the life. Who knows? We don't know. We see that the sun around her sings, the flowers sings, the cloud sings, the food sings. And this also took me back to Toriko. I used to watch Toriko, and the food there had life. Now maybe she did it. She placed the life into her food, or she eats it. But I'm assuming if she puts it into the food will be happier, meaning that it tastes good. I'm sure you guys know that if you was to go and kill a cow for meat, if you was to go and kill a cow for meat, and the cow is aware that you're gonna kill it, apparently stress would alter the meat, meaning it'll taste horrible or taste tougher, or even if you cut the wrong intestine, it'll alter the meat in a bad way. So maybe she feeds the she gives life to the food around her to be happy. Now also, when she was throwing a tantrum, when Jinbei arrived and gave her the croquembouche, we also saw that the croquembouche was asking for help, and then they said that as long as we're happy and that we taste good, that's all we could have asked for. So now back into her power. I do in the chapter where we see Muscat approach her, I do think her power mainly revolves around her saliva, meaning it dripped on Muscat, and it let his soul, or not his soul, but his lifespan, or spirit, you would say, it started to leave his body and show. Now, his friends or his siblings said, "Don't cower. If you cower, she'll take your life." Now, when Big Mom, here's what I come to around the conclusion of her powers. The saliva, when it drips on someone, it lets their soul, it forces their soul or their spirit out of their body. Now, if she does have an awakening, which I highly agree that she does have an awakening, it would mean that anything in her area, she can manipulate the soul. She can manipulate the lifespan of anything within the area. Meaning that it'll come out, it'll leave whatever object it's in without having to manually do it. We also see that she's a glutton. She eats a lot. You can also see that she's strong. When she was talking to Luffy, I could sense in her voice that she was strong. She's very influential with other pirates, the Marines, world government. She's very influential around that era, German 66. But also, going back to Boa, Hancock, and Luffy, Boa Hancock devil fruit powers didn't work on Luffy, so we can also state that spirit can negate devil fruits. Her devil fruit affected everyone else, but it didn't affect Luffy. Now, I'm assuming if someone goes to Big Mom and they don't cower, or they have a strong spirit, they either won't be turned into a treat, or a spirit will leave their body, meaning there's a chance of fight. But I'm guessing it's very rare to find someone of that caliber. Also, this goes into the next part of her power. Treat. Turns into treat. She told the soldiers while she's waiting for candy from Fishman Island, they can wait inside her stomach. Now, how would they wait inside her stomach if she was to eat the person whole? I'm guessing that goes into her powers as well, where she gives you a choice, treat or life. If you cower, it's your lifespan, and if not, or for some other reason, you'd be turned into a treat that she likes. Now, I'm not sure this is her power for sure, but these are all the points that I gathered, and I hope you guys like. Please comment, subscribe. Please comment and let me know if you guys have any other ideas. I'll do a follow-up if you guys want, but this is just basically all the points I gathered so far. Thanks for watching.